All right, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to pass a very important message because yesterday in our program with our barrister, Rozay says something very, very important that I cannot just ignore. So there's something he said, sending warnings to people like Lazuba, these people, those people that often claim that USB government is this and that, terrorist this, terrorist that him, Rozay, is somebody that buy people doing this and doing that, and he said enough is enough. And the whole Biafrans, the whole USB supporters, USB citizens are backing him. Very, very important because enough is enough. Because ndị Igbo na-ekwe kwa snake catch ọgaranya ka ogbugbu ya. So and he's so kind. Some people may not even send warning. If you spend all your time every day, every week, every month, every year, claiming what you've done, we are not sure of. But as a civilized man, he sent a warning once again. And he recalled his pledge. He reminded people what he said in the past with some Biafrans who contributed that, backing him up in that, pledge. He said that he's going to give you £1,000 if you can come out and prove what you are claiming, that he is this, USB is this, DPM is this, DPM is that. I don't want to say much. It will be better, if you can pay attention and watch the video to the end and make sure you like it, share it on many platform of your choice, and somebody should send it to Lazuba so that she's not gonna say, I don't know, I did not hear it, because the video is quite long, so I have to call it out for people to have access to that warning. Very, very important. Let's go there so you can have access to the message. If you want to,
You especially.
so hear this.
I can go for more. I greet every one of you. Mama Stella, Ayoma, Simon, Mama Ada Simon, good evening, ma. I greet you, ma. Ima, I'm so sorry. Don't worry about seeing a quote before I continue what I'm saying. And you said you are above 60 years, you are 70. Until that day, I said, oh, my father, if you are 70 and you are pushing this hard, and you want to see that Biafra comes before any other thing,
yes, so
that means we are just crawling. So since that day can be though, I respect every elders anyways.
thank you.
Now
For
I
that.
know that since that day can be the never give plus extra respect that I have. So before I move further, good evening, ma'am. May God bless you and bless your age. You're a very wonderful person. Ndị a mụtara ya amụta from you, because now at 70, you want your people to be free. It's not easy.
Yes.
You still come out and still speak this language of Igbo, our language, continue to tell people that Biafra has come, which makes me to continue to fight and fight to let people know that indeed Biafra has come.
Yes.
So people like you are motivating us. People like you, when I look at you, you give me the joy that I always look for elsewhere, for fighting for this Biafra at your age.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mal. We appreciate that. People may say age is just a number, but I can tell you that at your age, you are strong, you are pushing. Indeed, age is a blessing. It's just not a number. It's God's blessing. At 70, you are not saying you are out with us, fighting it the way it is. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Na Chineke kwụghachi gị onye unu niile. were ogologo ndụ na ahụ isi ike ji ọnụ mma unu na ụmụ unu ga-eri ihe niile, kwụsị ịnwụ na Mediterranean Sea, desert, ihe niile, ihe ọjọọ niile a na ụmụnne anyị na-ahụ. We must fight to the end. Nweta Biafra, ụmụ Biafra nọ ebe niile anọ ala nọrọ ebe ahụ. Na enwere nwa m kpọrọ m mgbe a na-eme ihe na today, ọ nọ UK, odeke ya ọrụ ga si ya don't worry, very soon ọrụ ndị ọcha reject a na-enye ụmụ Biafra, ihe niile ahụ ga-awụ gịnị? Unu ga-anọ be anyị, onye gụrụ ihe ọ gụrụ ya were ya na-arụ ọrụ dị oke. So Udodi, thank you. Emere m ga-appreciate unu niile, all of you. Adị m very very, unu na-eme m, eji m unu eme pompous.
Yeah. I know. Anyway, this one about bedroom talk. Later we'll discuss that. Barrister, I greet you specially. Mekana Barrister, and I'm money. Barrister, I have. It's practically what I want to do, and I want you to throw more light at this. In court, verbal statements can it be converted to? Can you use the verbal word as an evidence in court to swear an oath and give positive evidence to the judge? Is that applicable to everything you do?
That's
number one.
Let me answer you. If you are a party, do you know? I think you know what I mean by being a party before a court.
Yes.
If you are a party before a court and you are called upon to give evidence before that court, you enter into the witness box, what we call the witness box. When you are in the witness box, they will ask you whether you want to speak in English or you want to speak in Igbo. And they will ask you whether you're a Christian or whatever, or in Agomo, or when you say you're a Christian, they will give you Bible. Then you will take an oath using the Bible. Then after you have taken an oath, you will now give evidence, verbal evidence from that witness box. That is how you give evidence before the court. Either yourself as a party or your own witnesses. Because if you have a case in the court, after you have finished stating your case, you have a right to call witnesses to come and tell the court. That is your own witnesses. Both the plaintiff and defendant, you have a right to call witnesses. So the witnesses will take this format I have explained. They go into the witness box, they are sworn, and they now give evidence. As we are giving evidence from that witness box, the judge will be writing whatever you are saying, and their own lawyer will be writing what you are saying, and the opposing lawyer, counsel, will also be writing whatever you are saying, because it is from that thing that you are saying that they're going to ask you questions, what we call cross-examination and the re-examination. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. The cross-examination, I think, comes before you might have submitted all your document, all your evidence in documents, by written evidence, or should I use the word written evidence? So if you have submitted written evidence, can you now come and now say, oh, I want to, because there's in courts, I believe that there is what they call ports. And that port, sometimes it's always open. And when the port of testimony, when the port of, what is it called now? Let me remember it. When the court of the witness box is closed, yeah, once it's closed, now can you give additional statements? Can the judge allow you to give additional witness after that box has been closed? Can it be reopened at any point in time?
Yes, if you have there are usually in any court, there are rules of court. If you want to reopen your case, you can apply to the court. If for instance you have finished giving evidence and there's something that you omitted, your lawyer will apply to the court, telling the court that there's something that his witness did not remember or did not say. If the court permits, then they will call you they will recall you. It is called recall. It is called recall. But usually, if it is a superior court, if you want to recall a witness, you file an application, and the court will go through it and recall you. You come and give your evidence. That's how it is done. But if you have documents, written documents you want to rely on for your case, those documents come in when you are testifying. When you are testifying in that witness box, your lawyer will bring the documents one after the other and give it to you and ask you, are you the one that filed this document? You say, then you will not tender it. It becomes an exhibit. It is only when that document has become an exhibit that your lawyer can now ask you questions on those documents.
Okay, let's assume I'm already in the dock, which is either the dock or
it is not dock. Dock is if you are an accused person. Dock is if you are an accused person, they stay in the dock. That is
okay.
if you committed a crime, the place where you will stand is called the dock. But if you didn't,
barrister, there is dock and there is
yes,
other one.
There is dock and there's witness box. The witness box.
Witness box.
Dock. For instance, if somebody committed armed robbery, they will call your names.
Okay.
Once they call your names, all of you will stand in that dock.
In that dock. Oh, okay. Yes. So now.
In any criminal case, the accused persons will stand in the dock, whether it is fighting, whether it is stealing, whether it's anything that is a crime. When you are called up in the court, the place where you are going to stand is in the dock. You keep on standing until the case is finished. You will not, except the court says, give them seat to sit down.
Okay. Now I see what you're saying. All right. So now, what we are doing now, can we use it as an evidence in court if matters arises from any angle?
What we are doing
here now, and then somebody decided, oh, you people told lies over this and over that. Can we raise this? Can we use this as an evidence in court to, like, maybe put down someone?
I don't quite understand what you mean.
Okay, what I mean is this, yeah?
Yes.
Like, what we're doing now, can it be used in court as a legal tender?
Against us?
No, not against us, against someone else. Maybe somebody is trying to tell, put up a story that we didn't say here, and then we decided to say, oh no, that's not what we said. Go back to the video and watch that video, and then at the end of the day, can this video be presented in court as a legal tender?
Now listen, when you know this, whatever we are doing now, it's in permanent form. This video can be produced in court. The video can
as
be
an evidence.
Yes, in court, but because it is in permanent form. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can produce the video and play it, just like during that time, and they were trying him. They were producing his speeches.
Video evidences. Yeah.
They were showing those things, but it depends on what they are showing it for. It depends on what you are showing it for. Are you getting me? If, for instance, they are bringing it for defamation of character. They have to. The person who is bringing it will have to prove how that video was defamatory. Defamation of character it's not easy to just bring something, say somebody has defamed you. There are ingredients to that matter, a civil matter. There are ingredients to it. You have to prove it. Are you getting me? But there's what we call justification. If what you are saying is the truth, that is a complete defense for you. It's a complete
All right.
defense. Yes. And
All
another
right.
another one is if you are making a public comment, what people are just discussing that thing, you also make your own comments. Nobody can bring any action against you.
Okay. Filing an action against someone who is always, defaming you on social media. If you decide to take that person's matter up, yeah,
Yes.
you can use as well what that person used and defame you
If
on
somebody
social
is
media.
defaming
Yeah.
you in the social media, if somebody is defaming you through his platform in the social media, you get that defamatory speech or whatever he has said, you get it and file a case of defamation of character. And in this case, it is libel. Defamation of
Okay.
character is two. It is of two prongs. That is two branches. One is slander. When
Slander,
somebody,
yeah.
so slander is spoken word. When you call somebody, Iwonyoshi, you an idiot, Iwonyoshi. If you call somebody Iwonyoshi, because Oshi is stealing, and Oshi is a criminal something. If somebody is truly an Onyoshi, or how to say a thief, it is a crime. It's a serious thing. If the person takes it up, you have to prove whether the person is a thief or not. Are you getting
All
what
right.
I'm
Thank
saying?
you so much. Yes. Let's stop.
Then the
Let's stop
other
it
one
at
is
this.
libel. Libel is when
Later,
it is in
yeah.
a permanent form. If it is
Okay.
written, it is written.
All right.
When
All
you
right.
want to sue somebody for libel, what you have to do is to get that document with which the person libeled you and present it before the court.
All right. Thank you so much, Barrister. You have been able to answer all my questions. The reason why I ask you these questions is just for you to explain it in public to our people, because I know whole lot of people are listening to us. Now, the reason why I said I asked these questions is for you to educate the public, because there is this woman you just mentioned before now that is always calling USB a terrorist organization, a terror. I came out one certain time and then put out some forms there that they should come and tell us the reason why they went to Finland, and if they are able to tell us the reason why they went to Finland, and they convince us that they went there to terrorize Finland, they will be able to. I'll give them 3,000.
Listen,
Yeah.
Listen. Excuse me. I think you have your USB identity card. Do you have it?
I've actually requested for it. Yes, so it should be with me in a couple of months.
Now, if you have your USB identity card, it means that you are a citizen of USB. And as a citizen of USB, it means you are supporting your government. So that is what we call nexus. Nexus in law, we call it nexus. That is link, nexus. So with that nexus, you have the local standing to sue that woman in France. You can sue her that she's embarrassing you because you are a member of United States of Biafra, that she's calling your government a terrorist government, that you want her to come and explain how your government is a terrorist government.
Thank you. The reason why I brought this thing up,
you yourself, as a citizen of USB, because if you go now, you have nothing to prove that you are a citizen of USB.
I have a lot of documents.
Hey, but if you have documents,
I think that is the most important of them all.
If you have documents, the most important one is that ID card. You just present it.
Well, it's very verifiable.
Then they will ask her to come. Come and she will.
But your voice is. I think you are taking a call. Just hold on once the call ends because we are not hearing you.
Okay.
Just wait. Just wait a while because what you are saying is very, very important.
I'm a citizen of Biafra.
All right. We are waiting for Barrister to come back.
So am I back?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You are Barrister.
Okay. So what I'm saying, because I've explained libel and I've explained slander, defamation of character. We call it character assassination. You know when somebody is assassinated, the person is dead. I think you know.
Yeah.
Huh? When somebody is assassinated, the person is dead. So in the eyes of the law, when we talk of character assassination, you brought that person, put him on the ground, and you use knife to slaughter his character. That is how the law sees it. You are using knife to break his character into pieces, so that by the time you finish breaking, slashing his character,
Because of the worthless.
his character will be worthless. So that is how the law sees it. It's a serious thing, character assassination. Because what gives you your identity is your character.
Your character, yeah.
I think you know.
All right.
That is what gives you your identity. If people say you are an armed robber, anywhere you come in, people will be look at him.
Okay. Barrister.
So let me come down. So if you get your ID, you can sue that woman. Try and go and get all those clips he's making. Take it and take her to court.
Barrister, I have three. You know the reason why I called you up. I have about 3 lawyers that have contacted me, including my own lawyer, have contacted them. And now any day I hear this woman call me a terrorist, call USB a terrorist organization. Now I'm saying it on Kai channel. I'm going to take her up because this nonsense must stop.
No, you don't need to. Now listen. You don't need to wait until she makes another broke. The one she has made before. Go and get it.
No. There was a structure in which I stood on. That structure was 3,005 for them to come and claim it, and that's why I said, can we give verbal statements in court? The reason why I asked that question was because the videos I made, I asked them to come and take £3,500 plus 200,000 that somebody gave me to add to the one I had, because Madam Stella gave me £500. Ngozi, there's a lady called Ngozi. She gave me £500 as well to add to what I had because I brought out 2,005, and for them to come and explain to Biafrans what they went to do in Finland. If they went there to commit act of terrorism, then if they are able to convince us, they will have the money and all of us will shut up and go inside. But nobody came forward, and I now made it to be known, because if I just go and say, oh, all the ones that you have been doing, no. So I put out that 3,000. It was systematic. So I wanted it to be in uniform. I wanted to do it in a way that there won't be any gap of what I'm doing, or I didn't get it right. So what I did was, okay, on so date, if nobody comes out to claim this money, all of them should go in and rest. The next person that speaks about this government and calls me, Rozay, a terrorist, I'm going to take that person up. So I think I built a platform on that, and I did a whole lot of video for good 30 days on that, or should I say 28 days. Nobody came forward, and then I closed that chapter. Now I'm waiting for them, anybody who comes out and calls USB a terrorist and gets me involved or insult Simon Epa or Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, to God, I will take them up. And this is the reason why I ask this question, so that our brothers and sisters will hear it, that I'm not joking. And I'm not joking, honestly.
Well,
maybe at that time, I will get you involved as well.
I'm so happy.